evening. Coming to you live from the gym in Southern Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment and still counting 110th floor memorial stair climb for our brother, firefighter Donald Regan, off of the Harlem and Bronx's Big Blue Rescue 3. This 110th floor climb is dedicated to his wife of 26 years at the time, Teresa, and his children, Shane, Jimmy, Jill, and Peter. I hope I got all that right. So we're going to the very top of the tower with honor and respect given for the sacrifice made both on and after 9/11/2001. The 19th year of remembrance of the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil, followed by the greatest rescue effort in U.S. history, where because of the valor, heroism, and bravery shown, upwards of 25,000 were saved. So this is his 110 floors. For his 17 years of service to the citizens of New York. So we've got a total of 7 verticals, get to about the 101st floor right there, and after that, 9 more floors to go to complete this 110 floor memorial stair climb. This is the 343 commitment and still counting, live in the gym in Southern Park, New Mexico. So Donald Regan was actually a air conditioning installer prior to joining the FDNY. Our brother was 47 years old and was on the job 17 years on 9/11. He got his start on Engine 310, followed by Squad 41 there in the Bronx, before transitioning to Big Blue Rescue 3 for the Bronx and Harlem. Part of the Special Operations Command, the Fireman's Fireman, our brother, was on Rescue 3, one of the heavy rescues, outstanding the Bulldogs, Big Blue, Popeye, and Blue Thunder, as part of Special Operations Command, which also includes the squads, Hazmat Company Number 1, the Collapse Rescue Units, and the Marine Units. So this 110 floors, the 277th climb, is given in honor and respect for our brother's sacrifice so that others could live. One of the things that our brother was known for around the firehouse was being able to carry his ability to fix appliances to the station. When the dishwasher broke, the refrigerator, the washer, the steamer, our brother would take it apart and fix it like it was just new. But outside of that, our brother was known as a father to Shane, Jimmy, Jill, and Peter, all of which played baseball. It was said that our brother would attempt to attend at least one inning for each of his children's games, which were happening simultaneously at that time. So he would bounce from game to game to game to game for all of his children until they got older and he was able to play on the same team with them when they played together. So, as I said before, our brother gave 17 years of service to the FDNY. He met his wife Teresa at the Piety Deli over Bologna in by Marina Park, I believe is where the address was. Again, please bear with, because everything I'm telling you is by memory. So this climb, this 110 floors, is given in honor and respect for our brother and those that followed. Now we're down to 66 brothers left to carry on completion of this climb. For our brother Donald Regan, Rescue 3, the Bronx and Harlem's Big Blue. This 110 floors symbolically carries our brother alongside me to the very top. The top of the towers, where we finished our footsteps as those who've gone before us, to keep their legacies alive. One thing I read in an article prior to climbing was his son Peter was actually in the United States Marine Corps. He went to ground zero and deployed as the tip of the spear after working ground zero. I also just read he's following Donald's footsteps in the FDNY himself, a veteran following his father into the FDNY. Peter Regan, your dad will never be forgotten. This is why we climb. For his wife Teresa and children, Shane, Jimmy, Jill, and Peter, to know that he will never be forgotten. He was known to work for his family, also known as a fireman. Our brother received a medal for bravery and several citations. We will never forget. We will honor this sacrifice made so others could live. Another one of the 343 brothers to soon reach the top. In this initial commitment, dedicated to the FDNY Special Operations Command, Bronx and Harlem's Big Blue, alongside Rescue 1's Outstanding, Rescue 2's Bulldogs, Rescue 4, Popeye, and Rescue 5, Blue Thunder. With the squads, Hazmat Company 1, Collapse Rescue Unit, and the Marine Unit. This is your climb. Taking our brother to that 110th floor in honor and respect for the sacrifice, valor, heroism, and bravery that was shown so that others could live. Coming to you live from the gym in Solon Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment and still counting for our brother firefighter Donald Regan, Big Blue, Rescue 3, a rescue specialist who knew all of his tools, ready to get down to any specialty required. Trench, high angle, confined space. Our brothers specialized in being able to rescue other firefighters who were trapped, rescuing civilians as part of the Special Operations Command. Our brother was said to know every single tool, ready to use each one of them when he was on the job, when he wasn't taking care of his children or attending their baseball games. One thing I noticed also in my reading was an article that talked about how our brother Donald Regan was known at his local post office in Pine Bush, New York, where they had moved. Donald would go every Saturday and mail 2 packages to 2 of his 4 kids. Sometimes the request would be an old pair of baseball cleats, spaghetti sauce that was canned by he and Teresa, a letter, or even money, showing that even though they weren't able to be with him, he was still with them. Again, dedicated to his wife Teresa, son Shane, Jimmy, and Peter, and daughter Jill. This is why we climb, to keep their legacies in the forefront, to remember their names going towards 20 years later. For our brother, who worked as an air conditioning installer prior to joining a life of service for 17 years. My brother was 47 on 9/11. Dedicating this to our country because we made a promise to never forget, but always remember their sacrifices and those who have followed, and the and still counting. Those who worked the pile at ground zero for days, weeks, and months until the operation was declared complete. For his son Peter, a veteran in the Marine Corps who flew into ground zero to help with the recovery effort, to being part of the tip of the spear in the fight against terrorism, to finishing his service and following his father's footsteps in the FDNY. This is your climb. To give honor and respect to your father, he will never be forgotten. As I said before, his wife, Teresa, and himself were married for 26 years. It said they met over bologna at P&E Deli off of Gadsden and Marine Park, or something to that effect. Our brother was very humble when he received multiple unit citations and a medal for bravery. Right now, with honor and respect, this climb is taking place to carry our brother Donald Regan, Rescue 3, Big Blue, to that 110th floor, finishing his footsteps to the top of the towers. "277 brothers going to the top, counting them down one at a time. Another brother in this commitment to reach the 110th floor. With honor and respect for the valor, bravery, and heroism that was shown, this climb is for Donald Regan, a firefighter with Rescue 3, a rescue specialist, a great handyman, a husband and a father. This 110 is yours. Right here. Pushing it past the halfway mark now for firefighter Donald Regan, FDNY, Special Operations Command, Rescue 3, Harlem and Bronx's Big Blue, part of the Special Operations Command Group of the Heavies, Rescue 1's Outstanding, Rescue 2 the Bulldogs, Rescue 3 again, Big Blue, Rescue 4, Popeye, and Rescue 5, Blue Thunder. But right now, we're continuing this climb to finish those footsteps as those who've come before us. This is a commitment we have made to always remember to never forget the sacrifices on and after 9/11, 2001. Going on 20 years, we still remember their names, their legacies. And in this instance, Peter Regan, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, now serving in the FDNY. In honor of his father, Donald Regan, a 17-year veteran of the FDNY, taking him up with honor and respect. Going to that 110th floor again to reach that top to carry another brother. One at a time. Each story told in memorial of their sacrifice and their life, their legacy left behind, their families, the FDNY, and our country. This is your climb. For his wife Teresa of 26 years and children Shane, Jimmy, Jill, and Peter. We're going there now. Started off in Engine 310 in Flatbush. Moved over to Squad 41, part of Special Operations Command of the Bronx. And 6 years prior, he made it on to Big Blue's Rescue 3, Harlem and Bronx, Special Operations Command, Heavy Rescue, as a rescue specialist, expert in all technical styles, confined high angle, trench structural collapse. Our brothers did everything they could. This is why we climb. Coming up on the last two of the verticals to get up to the 101st floor. For the FDNY, dedicated to the brothers and sisters off and on the line. Specifically, Special Operations Command, Heavy Rescue 3, Big Blue, Bronx and Harlem. This is yours. Another brother from Rescue 3 going to the top. Big Blue's taking those steps again. Symbolically, Donald Regan and I are climbing right now. For all the times that he made his children's baseball games, to 17 years of service to the citizens of New York. We're going there now. 2 last verticals to the 101st floor. This is this climb, finishing his footsteps. A fireman's fireman, awarded multiple unit citations and the FDNY Medal of Bravery for acts of heroism completed on the job in his 17 years of service. His last 6 on Rescue 3. He was the go-to guy for fixing appliances and things that broke around the station. He would take it apart, make it as close to new as possible, and then get back working again. One of the items discussed was the steam area, which is used to allow firefighters to get the soot and particles out of their skin. It broke down, and our brother, Donald Regan, got it back up and running. A fireman's fireman, a father who worked for his family, for his wife Teresa, and children Jimmy, Shane, Jill, and Peter. We will never forget his sacrifice. All 343 and still counting. Those who worked the rescue and those who followed on the recovery effort on Ground Zero, to which his own son Peter, a United States Marine, flew in and worked at Ground Zero prior to deploying with the U.S. Marine Corps on the tip of the spear in the fight against terrorism. A veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps, following in his father's footsteps, joining the FDNY. Pushing him all the way. Second climb of this 72-hour shift that I'm currently working. 66 brothers left to carry on completion of this tour. This 110 floors for our brother, firefighter Donald Regan. Rescue 3, Big Blue. Heavy rescue out of the Bronx and Harlem. This 110 floors is given in honor and respect of the sacrifice made so that others could live. This is the 343 commitment. It's still counting, 110 floors on the original 343 memorial climbs for our brother firefighter Donald Regan. Rescue 3, Big Blue, out of the Bronx and Harlem. Taking him up with honor and respect for his service given 17 years to the citizens of New York. As I said before, our brother was married to Teresa, his wife, for 26 years. We'll never forget him. We'll always remember him. This is why we climb. This is why we carry them to the top of every memorial stair climb, 110 floors, all across the United States and parts of the world. The 343 and still counting will never be forgotten. Taking them up. This last vertical will get us to the 101st floor. for Donald Regan, a firefighter, 47 years old at the time of 9/11. For Special Operations Command, Heavy Rescues, outstanding the Bulldogs, Big Blue, Popeye, and Blue Thunder. This climb is dedicated to yourself, the squads, Collapse Rescue Hazmat Company 1, and the Marine Unit. All the special operations at the FDNY. To the FDNY off and on the line, and to our country, to fulfill that commitment, to never forget, but instead always remember. Going on 20 years later. This is why we climb. All right, so now we've reached the 101st floor. Going to that 110th floor. For our brother, firefighter Donald Regan. For his son, Peter Regan, following after his footsteps. After becoming a U.S. Marine, he flew and worked Ground Zero, working the pile. Later deploying with the U.S. Marine Corps on the tip of the spear, the fight against terrorism. Retiring and joining the FDNY in honor of his father and his 17 years of service on Rescue 3, Squad 41, and Engine 310 out of Flatbush. Taking him up to the very top, finishing those last floors to get him there. Just a few left in this 110 floors for firefighter Donald Regan. Carrying him up the last few floors for his sacrifice made, his 17 years of service, his unit citations for bravery, a Medal of Bravery by the FDNY. Our brother was a husband and a father to 4 children, Shane, Jimmy, Jill, and Peter. His wife, Teresa. This is your climb. Your husband and father will never be forgotten. This 110 floors, which is almost complete. The 277th time going up. Another brother soon to reach that top. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110th floor. Memorial Stair Climb. Coming to you live from Sunland Park, New Mexico in the gym. Taking him up over the top to that 110th floor. And we have completed this climb. Brother, Donald Regan, firefighter with Rescue 3, Big Blue. Rest easy, brother. We got it from here.